Blur. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. How does it... You may cast a spell. So if you lose your board, you lose the spells. Oh my goodness. That is... I'm not going to run blink cards unless they are used to protect this. That's a... you care too much about the trigger, you're just not going to have enough to steal reasonable spells. Although I guess the format is 1, 2, 3 drops. Still, though. So you need a bunch of elves, and you need to steal something actually relevant, and then you have to flicker this to do more than one spell in a game where people are playing Entomb Reanimate. I'm not going to run blink spells. Maybe like Essence Flux is fine. Oh wait, how does this work? Each creature control. Don't control, okay. I miss Mana Drain. I should put it right back. Tamio? We don't have a lot of spells that would work with it. Well, there's no... I don't think people are abusing strip... Well, that... You know, I don't think abusing strip mine is the problem. I think strip mine just shouldn't exist. Wasteland's fine, though. I don't think strip mine should be in the format, even if you don't abuse it. But I'm kind of okay with Wasteland. I guess we're fellows. Fairies at least have flash, so... I really don't like Vendilion Click, but whatever. It works. There's the new fairy. I think it's a mythic. This makes fairies, right? Yeah. Alright, I guess Bitter Blossom. Huh. That's funny. Well, the person in your play group isn't playing Historic Brawl, which I went over in the outro. But that's cool to know. It works in the format I claimed it probably can, and likely nowhere else. But unfortunately, I can't do that here. I don't have Bitter Bearer, and I am not very keen on crafting it. But I might have to. I really, would rather not, though. This makes a fairy? I guess Glenaledge's answer makes a fairy, but it costs 4. Ooh. I think giving any deck flash is good. I don't know if this deck suddenly becomes that much better, apart, like, notably better than another deck. Like, if you put Leyline of Anticipation in any deck, I think you would like all of your cards to be instants. I don't know if this one is better than the average one. I mean, there's a bunch of instants in it already. What's this do? Ugh. I really don't like most of the fairy. This is a fairy? Oh, yeah. Probably not playing Rankle, though. What about you? It's funny it's a fairy, but it doesn't care that it's a fairy. That's weird. Oh yeah, Black Market Connections. Faceless Agent. This makes 2 changelings? No. Yeah, I actually like chopping. Faceless. I don't think I'm gonna make 2/2s throughout a course of a game. It doesn't feel great. Mutavault is not an ETB, but you can activate Mutavault to get more of a creature type. It's also a 3-mana ramp spell that happens to be a fairy and an elf. It's like, I don't know. It's a ramp spell. We like those. We do not care about the 2/2, so I guess the enchantment, instant, or sorcery one. I don't know. I kind of like this just because it deals with commanders a little bit more than. Let's go with the 1-mana commander answer. It's pretty easy to casualty in this deck. I want more mana, more lands. Wait, what's the other spell? What's the good version of... Oh, there it is. Long River spell. And I think I want 5 more lands. I could run... What's the emergent ultimatum thing? It's like expropriate. I mean, it can kind of just be anything, really. It can just be anything, so I'll put in something that's just always good, like an extra turn. And then the third card can be whatever. Mystical Tutor? Yeah. I might just do Gristlebrand. I don't think I'm going to do Emrakul. You can't Immersion Ultimatum that. Gristlebrand's probably just good enough. And just 2 more lands. I did it. Okay. Hopefully I don't lose internet. I'm in the apparently one of the worst snowstorms in 10 years, so. Yeah, you don't necessarily have to win, like have a hard win condition. In fact, if you don't need one, you shouldn't run one, because then it just makes your deck worse. I know it's a deep thinking, but it's a Sultai deck, so. I would have named it High Elves. Oh, that actually, okay. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. Alright. That's actually pretty good. Okay, so Maralen, Fae Ascendant, 5 mana, 4/5 flyer, a fairy elf. So, kind of interesting. Whenever this, or an elf or fairy, enters, you exile the top 2 cards of your opponent's library. And then each turn you can cast a spell less than or equal to the number of elves and fairies you control. So, if you lose your board, let's say, you can't cast any of the spells you've stolen, because you don't have a creature count. It also has to be elves and fairies. Bit of a weak point, I'd say. But at least it has a little bit more relevant text box than the last commander I played. If you just have elves chilling or fairies, you can reasonably cast stuff. It is random, so you might not steal anything that matters. You could lose access to them if they continuously deal with your board. The cards you steal might do nothing. That's just the problem with this. Whereas Heist, you at least get something better. Or Heist is more consistent, I should say. But I don't know. We'll see. It definitely feels a lot more promising than the last commander I played, with relatively the same idea. Just play like the good elves. In this case, we can play the good fairies. There's not a lot of fairies that excite me. The new one, the new Bitter Blossom is nice. I don't own it, and I'm not 100% willing to craft it quite yet, because outside of this very specific commander, I don't think Bitter Blossom is particularly good. There's a reason you don't really see it anywhere, but I do have the OG one. But the new one obviously works perfect with this. I again, just don't know if I want to commit wild card, my only mythic, to it, when I have to obviously craft new commanders to play them. But apart from that, we have actual win conditions that are reasonable at the pace at which this format is. So like Defense of the Heart, extra turn spam, Entomb Reanimate, Emergent Ultimatum, defense, like, so all the stuff that like can actually win the game, and I don't have to rely on slowly occurring critical mass of funny elves and fairies to get over the finish line, or steal crucial cards to then cast and win. But we'll see. I mean, you know what? I'm going to open 3 packs. Maybe I pull the fairy. Maybe I pull it. Let's see. Maybe I pull the Bitter Blossom. It's a mythic, right? It is a mythic. I guess I could. Now, let's just do the 3 normal packs. Let's be efficient. I won't get enticed. There's a mythic. Nope. Oh! No way. I popped the vault. I popped the vault. No way. That wasn't even on my radar. Wow, that happens like twice a year. Probably less than that, actually. I think I only opened it once last year. Oh, well, alright, we found the fairy. That's so funny. Alright, we're in. I pop the vault. Oh no, now I have to think of a card to take out. Oh no. I'm gonna shave a land. I did go up a bunch of mana. Let's just go down one. I'm at like 43 now or something. Yeah, Scholar is one of them. I don't particularly play Scholar that much because I don't like Scholar in any context outside of specifically Emergent Ultimatum. Whereas what I like to run with Emergent are cards that are good without casting Emergent. Take out Faceless Agent? Alright. That's a bannable offense. Okay, we're on the... Wait, did I not... Oh, I didn't change decks. Whoops. I did not change decks, my bad. I saw Rot Priest, so I'm like, wait a minute.
Hold on a second. What are you doing in there?
I got moderately excited for the mirror, though. I feel like the mirror is pretty chaotic, because you steal more elves, and then the game just explodes. But it probably ends pretty quickly. Someone just locks the other person out. I don't think Morcon's text box is relevant as commander or in your deck in this format, so no, I don't like it. This is Garuda. Haven't seen Garuda in a couple days. Oh, I forgot the Sultai Triome. Suppose I, at some point, would actually want to put that in here, I think. I think I'm going to cast Cultivate. I think I'm cultivating. Does this deck play 4-mana ramp spells? I don't think it does. Yeah, you could play Craterhoof. You could easily play Craterhoof. Okay, well, like I said, this is a format with Dark Ritual, so... Cool. I hope you all had fun. I sure did. Literally nothing mattered. My opponent cast Dark Ritual. I'm glad it's in the format. I'm gonna not keep that hand. Dark Ritual isn't that useful here, is it? Whatever, I'm gonna keep it. Let's get black and green. Let's play Malt Tender. Let's play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But then it just like doesn't do anything. I don't care. I don't care. I'm casting it. I don't care. I'm tired of not casting it. Give me cards. I got a Snapcaster Mage. Beautiful. Well, it certainly is not the same as casting Garuda with Dark Ritual, especially when it does literally nothing. Oh, and of course my opponent has a removal spell anyways. Yep, go figure. Play this, play that. Okay, you got it. When I cast Dark Ritual, nope. Does nothing. Surprised it took that long to find an opponent. Hmm. Well, that's the nature of singleton 100 card formats. It is highly susceptible. Someone gets totally blown out, and you don't have an actual game to play. Journey to Nowhere? That's crazy. That means there's a lot of goofy removal in this deck. Fortunately, I didn't need this. This is nuts. That just means this is Scythus? I don't even know what that means actually. All right, let's play you. Verge, swing. Well, I would love to have a game where I had more than 2 elves in play before I care about making the elves larger. It's not really what I'm trying to do with this deck. Leyline Binding? What are you doing? Alright, so... Okay, I can't do anything about that, sure. This has to be a Scythus deck that's in disguise. I'm just so confused. Yep. Steal something cool, please? Okay. Oh, I meant to say good game, but I don't really know if stealing these 2 cards will make my opponent be over it. They can just cast their commander next turn. Like, I got a mana dork and a thing that deals 1 damage. Is the game just over? Journey to Nowhere is nuts, and Leyline is a bit odd too. So there has to be some kind of Scythus thing going on here. Normally, I just don't like putting more enchantments into play. You already have like 500, so you could just have Get Lost or something. Also, this if it gets blown up, I get the cards right back. So it just makes you even more vulnerable to something like Farewell, Cyclonic Rifts, stuff like that. But alright. It's removal nonetheless, I suppose. A bit surprising. Bit surprising. Yeah, even in like normal EDH, if someone has a Soul Ring and the other 3 players don't, you've just like time walked twice. But you have 3 people that can keep you in check. In this format, you do not. No one can keep your exploration in check in 1v1. so there's that. Except your opponent also having it. I'll take a... yeah, I'll keep a land here. The best play your opponent's cards commander? I think I like Grenzo. I'd say Grenzo might be my favorite. The format is mostly 1, 2, 3 drops. Those are the most impactful cards. You might as well steal those ones, right? Cast them for free. The best cards in any deck in this format are the 1 mana to 3 mana cards. Like, this is not the best card in my deck. Although, I guess arguably this one isn't quite that exciting either, but... Greater Auramancy. Alright, you by all means. Alright, so I can cast my commander with black. And I think I will, especially on the high-buy turn. And I'm also not losing immediately to, whatchamacallit here? Wash away. Another Journey to Nowhere Truther? That's crazy. Wow, 2 in a row. Yeah, I do like Wrench. I do like Wrench. This is true. I don't have double black. Green, 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 blue... I don't have double black. I can't do that. So tapped. I guess I could have swung with Mutavolt, actually. I'm going to end step the Vendilion Click. Just let my opponent do whatever this turn. If you have a sweeper, that's fine. I'm not... just go for it. Sure. Okay. Now I'll do this. Now I'll do it. Could do it on myself, actually. No, I'm not going to do that. Smothering Tithe, Justicar's Spaghetti, and a Ramp Spell. The Ramp Spell wins with Emergent. Oh, no, wait. Oh, no, I'm not stealing it. I thought those cards I was stealing. I thought I was stealing those. That's my opponent's hand. Oh, that's funny. Okay, never mind. No big deal. Confused myself. New surprise. Boop. Enlightened Tutor. That's actually not that exciting. I think I can cast it and do something like Black Market Spaghetti. I should have swung with the beautiful. Okay, fortunately it doesn't look like it matters mathematically that I did or didn't. But I still should have been. Alright, they make an army of 1/1s, so I can't kill them on the ground. But they would have been dead had I swung. With Mutavolt. It's too many 1/1s, I can't kill them. Yeah, it's too many 1/1s. Yep, just pass. Alright, I did miss lethal. As is tradition. I keep forgetting I have a Mutavolt, actually. Because I didn't play my own Mutavolt to get that in play. Never played with this card before. They go to 1. They should be dead here, though. But I don't know. I probably win next turn, even if my board is answered, because I have Emergent Ultimatum. But we'll see. No, they gained enough life that they might actually feel comfortable and not interact with my board, because I can't kill them. No, I make a treasure token. I have black. Okay, that doesn't matter. Right? Player or planeswalker, just doesn't matter, doesn't matter. Alright, we got there. We did it. We did it. I don't think 3 damage matters. Yeah, there's no reason to swing. It just doesn't matter. Okay, they want to use Sanctum to tap my creature. Sanctum Tranquil Spaghetti Light. Which I suppose is fair. Hey, I stole the blue Honden. Yeah, that's actually slightly better given what I aim to do this turn, which is cast this. So, expropriate, extra turn, Gristlebrand. I don't think this is beatable. You can't take expropriate. Okay, yeah, they're just dead. It doesn't matter what they take. It's too much damage in the air. I didn't draw a land, did I? Oh, no, I did. Yeah, they're literally just dead. I've taken an extra turn, just fly over. Alright, so I did miss lethal earlier. Fortunately, it didn't cost me the game. But, I mean, I did steal stuff. I stole an elf, which would trigger my commander again, but then you can't do the cast a spell off of it because it's... well, it's gone. I already did it. Okay. So, it appears as though you're not stockpiling a bunch of cards to choose from over the course of a game, which I wasn't sure about. I didn't know how that worked exactly. Yeah, exiled this turn. So once, if you don't play them, you just don't get to use them later. They don't stay under the commander. Which is kind of weird, because there's commanders that do keep a pile of stolen cards, but this one doesn't. Yes, Spark Double, Sakashima, I guess so. Yeah, you could play Wrench instead of Grenzo, that's fine. Grenzo probably has a higher bracket still, so if anything, it makes your life easier. There's also the matter of the red cards aren't really that important. Worldly Tutor. Well, I don't think that's quite what I'm looking for right now. Altar of the Brood. What? Okay. I don't find myself terribly concerned with that. It's a bit odd. Shall blow it up. Is this an artifact? It is, yeah. That took him a minute. It looks like I'm just doing nothing this turn. I don't have reanimate, so I don't really have anything to entomb. I could run an entombable card of some degree. Enters, reveal the top 2 cards of your library. Okay. They could have, but chose not to cast their commander for whatever reason. Opponent, regardless, has the best card in their entire deck in the form of Synthesizer. So, Dark Ritual, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, 1, 2. I can't pay for the Esper Sentinel. Something's telling me it don't matter too much, though. Steal something good? Not quite. Yeah, I'll add the Triumph. Well, I guess that's just that, because I don't have a I just don't have another way to trigger my commander. I drew a land, I just don't have anything. Alright, no phantasmal image. One ring paradox engine nonsense. Commanders I want to revisit? There's a lot of commanders I'd like to revisit, yeah. Quite a few. I'll just play Disciple instead of a Forest. Whoop. I guess there's Frilled Mystic. I really don't like Imperfect here. Or Imperious Perfect. Whatever. Just put it in. I guess it's just a vastly inferior Bitter Blossom. Might as well put it in. I don't know. It's not like we've stolen anything that really matters most of the games anyways. Well, I can cast my commander really fast, but then I just lose because Orphelos doesn't care about anything. So, whatever. I might be able to reanimate something with a hand like this. Of course. Do I play Fel as a... I could play Burgeoning Fel. What if I played this as my land? No, that doesn't... I don't like that. Let's grab... Tomb... I don't like that. I can kill Rofellos again? I also don't really like doing that either, actually. Okay, looks like they're not going that route. Alright. Get dunked on. I mulliganed away those and I got them right back. Kind of funny. I can't remember the one or two cards that are extremely good with this, but let's hope they don't have them. It's like the munitions one? No, I can't remember. One of them was like really good. There's a few cards. Can't remember though. Priest or... Okay, we'll just play the Tapman. Yeah, okay. That's why I have it in my deck, I guess. This is the huge punish of why I don't like Fabled Passage in a lot of decks. Assuming that's what was the idea. I play the Priest now. This is not an elf. I think I play the Priest. And I also reanimate Delighted Halfling. It's actually a pretty good idea. Yeah, I like that. He animated an artifact land, that's funny. Very well, let's see, I can cast my commander, and then maybe not do anything else. Is that a good idea? I don't think it is, but I'm going to do it, because I want to cast it, so. Of course I hit nothing. Amazing. I might upkeep something that could kill. Hold on. Do I just win next turn if I cast it? Black, black. Blue, black. I do not. I do not just win if I cast it next turn. I sort of have to do it on an end step. Alright, I'm not going to Mystical Tutor. One, two, three. Okay. Something? Wait. Okay. I'm not gonna let that be a thing. I'm not gonna let it be a thing. I could play around it, but they do have humans in play already that do things like this Toph. So. Alright. I think I win? I can't cast it. Alright. I didn't put much thought into that. I thought I could cast it, and I didn't think further. Fortunately, I don't immediately lose, and I would probably ideally always grab this anyways. But I thought I had double black, double blue. This land is, Sag. Still worth it, though. I have to do it eventually. And I'm literally one mana source away of basically anything, because this could give me it. So... Crop rotation. You go for it. You can have your cavern and cheat in your funny thing. Alright, that is not what happened. Interesting. Just a lot of experience counters. I'll counter that. Make the giant token they want to make smaller? What if I took defense? Where's the random? Oh yeah, because they have 3 creatures. Oh, this is perfect. This is perfect. Okay, so I got Grizzlebrand anyways, and another creature on top of it. It's ideal. Is that an upkeep? It is, yeah. So we got Grizzlebrand, and I could Disciple something. I could Faceless Agent. I could probably go completely crazy with Tireless Provisioner. I could blow up their land with Chompies. I'm upset it isn't super obvious. Okay, let's just take the funny card. Let's play the old draw 7. You gain protection from everything until your next turn. Well, that is a funny card. That is a funny card. Also, I drew a lot of questionable things here. I'm not going to pay... Actually, I will. Okay, I found the One Ring, which is another layer of protection. And then 5. I have protection from this turn and the next turn with Stasis Coffin, a card I did not know existed. I have not seen this before. You gain protection from everything. Alright. Also, what did I exile? I wasn't looking. My opponent actually had Mindslaver in their deck. That's funny. Wait, does this make sense? Oh, it does. Yeah. Okay. Yep. I don't think there's any fancy stuff going on. Draw. So, Gala Greeters. I got you to reinstall. Well, there you go. Glad to help. We can gain 2. I'm probably going to do all 3. I'm not targeting my opponent every time because they have protection, but that's fine. I'm still just, I would argue, winning substantially. I cannot blow up the one ring, but I can blow up the tree of danger noodleness. And I think I just pass from here? I think I just pass. I can't swing, they have protection. Discard 1, 2, 3, 4. I still have protection for a turn cycle because of the coffin, but I also have a giant wall of pseudo-unstoppable things, so they have to cast, I honestly don't even know what. They also have to swing into Gristlebrand with something that would die to it. Which they do. The creature doesn't have tramp... Wait, does it enter tapped and attacking? Okay, it doesn't. Wasn't sure. Blasphemous Act. That's 13 damage. So let's go here's at 10, 11, 12. I can do this twice. So it'll be plus 4 is not enough. 15. I don't think I'm drawing off of Gristlebrand. Okay. Nothing I can do. Why would you grab that again? What? Okay, well I'm gonna just cast this on that. I should have just stifled the land, honestly. Sure? Yay. It has to be this. I actually stole something relevant for once. My opponent shouldn't have the 2/2. I should have stifled that. Blasphemous Act is a bit crazy. I guess it makes sense. I don't know. Interesting decision. It looks like I won. Cool. That's a human. Alright, and then the one ring triggers, and then they should just die. Oh, let me cast a free spell, I guess. Who doesn't like more scute swarms? Yeah, alright, nice. Well, I mean, they did something I didn't really expect out of their deck to come back from an Emergent Ultimatum, but it still wasn't enough. My opponent had the One Ring Blasphemous Act. They almost had it a second time as well, so kind of spooky. Though, to be totally honest, if they cast it again, I think I'm still winning, but maybe not. Maybe not. I mean, we both still have half our decks and a fair amount of life. I still have protection for a whole turn cycle as well. So, a lot to get through for the opponent. Neat. Aang Savior. I like the Dovin one. I can't say I liked the Aang deck, though. But I'm glad somebody does. What's that term? Escape? No, not escape. Oh, Uro is so good here, isn't he? Damn it, why'd I have to think? Delve. I mean, we actually stole cards that game. So, that's cool. I could run Gene Pollinator too. I guess I should be running Yavimaya Urborg. I think I want man. Too much. Too much. I think Treasure Cruise is okay. Maybe Treasure Cruise instead of Uro. I don't know. Screw it. What else did I just say? What did I just say? Oh, right. Maybe Beast Whisperer is slightly better than Champions. Gaunty? I think I'd rather just play Wrench. I'd have to read the Sultai Gaunty, actually, to be fair. I'd have to actually read it. Oh, you didn't say the green. You said this one. What is this? I don't have to read this one, too. Oh, so you keep the card forever? Huh. No. I think the random stealing of things is not... It's random. Does this one help? Oh, it's like the same text box with a different upside. You discount them or get treasures, and then this just straight up steals. I like how Gaunty, oddly enough, is like extremely consistent across all of his cards. Like he always does the same exact thing, even if he's got more colors. It's kind of funny. It's like they made a Sultai one just so you could play a like actually play him as a commander outside of a thing, and then they just gave the mono black Gaunty an upgrade. So they upgraded the mono black one, and then they're like, all right, well, Gaunty wants to be something, so we'll give him the Sultai colors. But it's like literally the same exact card, more or less, which is kind of cool. If only Hazoret got that treatment, I wouldn't be upset. I feel like Champions could come out. What I would... Okay, so because I have Entomb, I probably should run something like Uro. Also, simply running Persist is a good idea. I keep forgetting about Persist. I could run Scute Swarm too. It is literally a win condition. You just play it and it starts to win on its own. Those kinds of effects are pretty good. So like Persist, Scute Swarm, maybe Mossborn Hydra. Cards that just win the game. Well, if you countered Pock twice, I don't know if the Dovin Ultimate was what got your opponent there. Might have been the two counter spells. But yeah, the Ultimate is how you would close the game out, to be fair. Just because you countered it twice doesn't mean you win. Alright, yeah, that's fair. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. I just had to think out loud. Yeah, Dovin wins are pretty satisfying. Because you watch your opponent, like, fumble around and come to terms with things. You see, like, you kind of see all 7 stages of grief when you ultimate Dovin. Okay, I'm going to take out Champions. I'm taking it out. Alright, let's do it. I'm not going to worry about Persist or Uro right now. Okay, I really think I need something with this Entomb. I just need something to do with Entomb. Full stop. So, like, Uro... something else that's like Uro that has flashback that might matter. I think the best idea is Uro. That's the one I keep thinking about, so... What if I just didn't run Cultivate? What if I just don't run Cultivate? I have enough mana, right? No, I like the color fixing. Wow, I went back to 40 lands, huh? That's too many islands. Oh, maybe it isn't. Maybe it isn't. Okay, so Uro instead of Treasure Cruise? We're back to that thinking. What if I just didn't play Cyclonic Rift? We have a lot of mana producers. I could also slide in the engine, Paradox Engine. I'm going to try Uro instead of Treasure Cruise. That's what I'm going to do. Bolus's Citadel? Yeah, I guess? Which this is the mono blue Y'shtola. Ugh, I don't like being on the draw. Ugh. Oh well. I don't like being on the draw with this hand, I mean. I think I do nothing long enough that this deck can get away with what it's trying to do. Which is just not good here. Let's grab you. Oh, come on, game. Alright. It's not even like my commander does anything. Like, I feel like it doesn't do anything. Of course, my opponent doesn't even care about it. You know what? No, you don't get your stuff. That's what I thought. It looks like I might actually resolve my commander? Oh, nope. Rofellos is good, but Rofellos doesn't... I'm probably not untapping with it, so... Memory lapse. Well, it's not too late for that card. And I think Rofellos must be dealt with here, so... I mean, I'm always... If you can avoid combat, Wrench actually sees a significant amount of cards. Like, I don't really think they're even close, honestly. Again, I'm looking to genuinely block this here. Maybe now I'm not. Maybe I'm just not doing it now. Okay. Well, they unsummoned my thing, and now we lose to Wash Away. So... But to be fair, yet again, my commander doesn't do anything. I don't know why I'm so fixated on trying to resolve it. It is not doing anything. Okay, there we go. It's literally stealing nothing out of a deck like this. It is also random. I should just play to the board guarantee. I think I'll put this on top, because I think they're missing lands, and they would like to find lands, so... I think putting it on the top is viable here. Especially if they are actually missing lands, that's just pretty huge. Wrench is also very good in... Standard. Alright, yep, there's the I must answer Rofellos thing, even though, funny enough, Rofellos actually isn't helping me do anything. It actually gives me a trigger of my commander, now that it has been put into my hand. I could do this for land. We could also just keep playing cards and not think about anything. Actually, I should... My opponent is dead set on dealing with Rofellos every turn, so I should probably just cast it. Who knows, maybe I find something better. Make a clue token. Alright, no. I'm gonna... You can cast this for free? Oh! Okay. Yep. You can cast the thick side for free. Spaghetti up, yep. Alright, well, they're bound to have hit lands now. I mean, yeah, at this point, I'm not terribly concerned with them unsummon spamming. Okay. Sure. Okay. Of course, my opponent has forests, because I made all lands forests. Whoop-de-doo. So, I think I have to deal with Rofellos. It basically gave my opponent omniscience. Turn a creature to its owner's... Okay, I can just unsummon it now. Copy of any creature on the graveyard except it has changeling. Wait. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. Yep. Hold on a second. Guess I'll play Bloom Tender. Alright, I am in play with a massive board advantage, and I've stolen, what, 3 cards or something? I can swing with this as well, because they can't really block it. Fine. Let's just keep it around. They're dead in 1 attack anyways. I don't think I'm going to witness protection. So, I drew a good card too. River's Rebuke is the only card I can think of. And I win. If it did resolve, it would bounce... I guess 2 things? It would bounce 2 things. They'd draw some cards. They'd get, well, activating triggered abilities. Would they? Yeah, I guess it would save them. It would save them. So I would have to... Yeah, I guess they would have been saved by that. Which means we would have to untap and hopefully find something to actually do. Or they might be dead anyways. We have a huge board. They might just be dead anyways. Huh? Okay. Neat. Games, you see how long a game has to last for your stealing random things to matter? It's just like... It's just nonsensical how long the game has to last. Okay, I don't know what Renin 6 does without Strip Mine. I don't think I've played against it since Strip Mine got removed. Sure, we'll find out. Okay, well, they have the best card in the entire game. That's beautiful. Oh, you know what? You know what? I should have killed it with the Naturalize. I had an answer. I should have done it. I think it was worth doing it here, yup. Just didn't cross my mind. I'm so used to this winning instantly that killing it's irrelevant, but I should have killed it. Whoops. Okay, well, so far all it would have done... Okay, there we go. It actually did something. It did something at the very end. It played a forest. The exploration. Wait, what? Why did they do that? I don't understand. Alright, so swing here. And then... I guess blow up exploration still? Spelunking doesn't really matter. Land? Oh. Well, this is good against Renin 6, but not long term. This is very easily dealt with. I don't know. It's better than the average card. I could also just die to anything because they played Exploration regardless. But you never know. Okay, World Breaker. Sure. That's just a 5/7 that... Sack a land, return this from... Okay. Play that and hide until we lose anyways, because I can't do anything. Alright, you got it. Very fun. Well, there you go. Exploration literally won the game. Should have blew it up. It was probably too late anyways, because it still plays a land regardless. But nothing matters because exploration. That game was over turn 1. Should have just conceded. Still don't know what Renin 6 is doing. I'd like to see what they're doing when they don't have exploration. It's not a very good example. It's like, man, I like Shieldred. I wonder what it's doing. And then every game you have Entomb Reanimate. Well, I don't have a gauge of what Shieldred's doing. Oh, great. Just in time. Just where you want it. My opponent knows I drew this too, which is funny. Let's get Breeding Pool. Oh, I can't. I'm an idiot. Alright, can't get Breeding Pool. Sewers it is. Land? That's castable. I'm not going to play Kami. It's going to just be lands. It's a Garuda list that's playing a 3-mana card, and it's skipped over its 2-mana ramp spell. Let's do this now. And then just play one of these. Make it look like that was the only land I had. The 2 life obviously does not matter. Another 3-mana mana rock. You just have no 2-mana mana rocks? Huh. I can't do anything about that. Whenever you cast a Renaissance... Okay. Well, I have no answer to Garuda next turn, so I guess I just lose next turn instead of this turn. Essence Flux my commander? I don't know, maybe I spin again into something that matters? Nope. Alright. Garuda, I lose next turn. I didn't have double blue to leave up with counterspell, so whatever. In the impossible chance that they whiff, I suppose I won't concede. Or the somewhat impossible chance that they somehow just didn't have it this turn. I don't understand that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, well they missed an extra look at an attempt at playing Garuda, so I'm a bit confused. I can't say they care about my commander other than it swings 5 times. So they now have Cavern, so I can't do anything. Wait, what? Okay. They stole my commander and got a land and a thing, sure. It's a bit odd use of that, I feel. Probably doesn't matter, though. Okay. Uh-huh. This is a very strange use of their cards, but I guess it works. But I can't say I'm terribly upset with this. That could have been categorically worse. Alright, so let's cast this. I think I can pay green once. Steal nothing. I mean, that's that, I guess. There's nothing I can do, right? Whatever. Okay. I could have left up the fell, but then they can cast Gerudo the turn after anyways, and I haven't done anything, so... Oh, that's super fun. I'm glad this is a card in the game. I sure like watching my opponent play the game. Alright, whatever. Seems like a consistently awful matchup where I don't get to do anything that remotely matters. In fact, it's so bad my opponent can do awful things and still win. Like clone my cards that don't do anything. They can literally just do nothing and still win. They can literally do nothing at all except cast their commander and still win. Like, nothing. And just win with that. It's such a non-matchup to me. I've seen it 2 times too many. Breeding pool? Okay. Breeding pool is... I think I want that on black. No. I don't. Gee, I wonder why they kept their commander in the graveyard. Wonder what that could mean. Five. I guess I can keep mine in my graveyard, because then I can use it to escape Uro. Alright, I guess Uro will always have fuel. His Miracle Orb is kind of nuts. Every time I see this card, it either kills the person who plays it, or it just doesn't do anything. I guess I'm just... Oof. I think we're swinging and doing nothing else. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. Yeah, we're just doing nothing else. I have these. We're just chilling. Alright, my opponent wants to mill. Makes sense. I mean, otherwise you don't play this. Sure. Scute Swarm. Oh, great. Love to see that. So, I'll cast Uro now. Doesn't really matter what I exile. Now we're just asking for a sweeper. And I think I'll leave up Brazenbower, because I don't really care to play the One Ring right now. So I'll just leave up Brazenbower. It is 3 damage a turn. My opponent's at 15. Might not deal with it too well. They also have to have some kind of sweeper. Otherwise, Scute Swarm will basically win. Sure. This opponent left their commander in the graveyard. I have not seen why yet. Very interesting. Wow, that was a funny card. I mean, killing them as Miracle Orb doesn't matter, and making this an enchantment is kind of annoying. Okay, they're over it. I mean, that looked like a really good card right there that I stole, but it didn't do anything that mattered, right? I didn't have to actually do that. They're still just dead. Those two cards could stay in play for the rest of the game. Well, actually, this one probably will. It just didn't matter. But it is funny that that happened. That is kind of funny. The Golgari Charm was kind of interesting, but again, it blew up this, which wasn't doing anything. So I stole cards, and they were instants, and they lined up on my opponent's turn, but they just didn't do anything that impacted this game in any way. So we draw a card, we get another trigger. Are they just dead, though? 3, 4, 6. They're one off from being dead. Is there any way to find more damage? Let me recount. 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it's one off. I don't think there's any way. It does stop the mana confluence, though, so they actually lose a land. I'd say that's pretty significant. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they could possibly have that would make them live here. Good results with Razor Demon? What? I'm more curious as to why you choose to find out that you had good results. Like, what would motivate you to play it in the first place? I'm sure every card could win if given enough permutations. Oh, it's the mirror. Alright, so I think this is complete chaos from my understanding of it. Feels like it's going to be total chaos. Do they have a green 1-drop? Nope. It's a Fabled Passage person. Which, you know how I feel about that one. Let's play this. Priest of Depression? It's better than Bloom Tender right now, I guess. Maybe not for long, but, you know. Of course. Of course, of course, of course. Why not? Why not? I probably just lost instantly. Okay. Yep. Why not? If it was a removal spell, we're fine. If it's an elf that doesn't do anything, we're fine. But it's an elf, and it kills my creature, so we lose instantly. I'm not even going to play that out. Play versus draw. It didn't look like it mattered because neither person played a 1-drop, but looks like it mattered anyways. Typical. How dare I be on the draw, or on the play in the mirror? How dare I? Not me. Certainly not me. No green mana. Can't play that. More games I play, the less I like a Boiler Grazer, which is funny. That's actually really funny. I think I took it out the last deck I played too. What? Wait, what am I up against? I didn't even look. Attacks, choose a d20, tap target. Alright, so let's do blue. Given the hand, I guess. Blue it is. Okay, one of the worst possible cards I could have drawn. I guess I can still play it, but it doesn't do anything. Yeah, I think I'm taking out a Boreal Grazer. I think that's what we're going to end up doing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Play that. Do this. Like that. Alright, easy enough. I was kind of hoping they would give up after the second one, because if they didn't, I have nothing. So, it's one of those games where, like, if they just kept playing, they might just be completely fine. Ooh, but they didn't. Lucky us. I think I'm taking out a Boreal Grazer. Gonna add a land. It's just getting annoying where, like, I have it and I have nothing to do with it. This is not the same as Rofellos, so. Kami at least turns into lands. Just add a land. I can add a fancy land. Or something funny. Yeah, they don't know that. But if they kept playing it out, I think my opponent was just fine. They could probably just cast whatever they want to copy with their commander. They have plenty of mana. Did I take out Arcane Signet? I did. I don't think we're playing Mox Amber. Maybe we can play Arcane Signet. I don't want to play the Green Medallion. I mean, normally the Green Medallion doesn't do that much for green decks, because they don't care about the other colors, you know, maybe. So run Arcane Signet. Could also have just put it in the land as well. Okay, it's me except an established deck that has a way easier time of it. That's not good. I can keep a ridiculous hand like this and just hope it's good enough. I don't care, whatever. Game's gonna be fast anyways. But this is just me, but vastly superior. Let's go blue. Cast Faceless Agent? What? Okay, play versus draw. I guess that's it. I guess my opponent just said play versus draw. Okay, I'm not conceding there. I'm just going to assume it was play versus draw logic. I just had a 1-drop they didn't kill, and they're like, alright, 1 into 3 I lose. Maybe they watch my videos. It's like, oh, 1 into 3 on the play. Yep, your opponent probably loses. That's probably exactly what happened there, if I had to guess. Alright, what does this do? No idea. Vinyls, what is it? I've never seen this in my life. May return as a mill targeted first main phase. Travel each target. Okay, sure. You have stuff. I have things. Oh, 1 into 3. Is this it? Is it going to happen again? 1 into 3 on the play? Other person loses? Well, that wasn't a ramp spell, but it's still the same thing nonetheless. Let's go ahead and assume we can continue the game. I'm not going to bounce the Bird of Paradise. Abrupt Decay. Wow. Alright, well. That's perfectly fine with me. Abrupt Decay is wild. Let's play you and represent random funny things. Sure. Discard a card, search a library for a creature. They get rid of Shieldred. Wait, what? Okay, that's like OG Shieldred. They get the other Shieldred, which I guess I could get rid of. Diabolic Intent is pretty problematic, though. I'm going to take that. And just hope they don't find a land, I guess. I don't know. I can stop them completely from playing another creature. As much as I would really like to play this first. Oh, okay, they just have absolutely zero respect for it. That's particularly interesting. Particularly interesting. They have zero respect for Defense of the Heart. Why is that? Does this do something I didn't read? Nope, they just don't care. Okay, well, good luck. I respect it. Let's see what you can do. I think Uro is good. I like this chonky redundancy that also gains life. Okay. Maybe they just wanted to see what I had before they gave up? Okay. Yep. They also milled Feed the Swarm. They did have an answer chilling there. Alright. Yep, they were just hoping the cards were just in my hand that I couldn't get. I have counter spells, but I don't have any colorless answers. And I'm on the draw. On the draw, on the draw. Maybe I'd top deck Crystal Brand. Of course not. Maybe I mill it. Nope. Speaker? I could. I guess. I don't know. Entomb. Reanimate. So I have Entomb Reanimate before Ujin showed up. I don't think it matters too much, so they just cast it next turn anyways. But I can draw 7 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now they cannot cast it next turn, so a lot more appealing here. Entomb. Reanimate. Alright. Never feel bad about stomping on a Ujin deck, but from here I can swing and draw again, but they can exile it and I can't stop that unless I draw like specifically Tail's End or something. But yep, get me it. Oh, the draw against an Ujin player and still won. Well, I wasn't going to win with any of my core game plan. It just literally doesn't do anything against Ujin. You're not even stealing anything against Ujin, actually. They just don't care about your commander. But we had the... I can actually win in historic brawl cards, so we actually won. I don't think this deck plays creatures. I'm gonna not keep that. Alright, do we have Spell Pierce? Nope. Why not? We'll keep that. Why not? You just play a Mana Rock here, right? Deck doesn't do anything but Mana Rocks. I guess a discard spell is viable? Pretty sure it's just a Mana Rock, though. Yep, there you go. They figured it out. My opponent figured out which one to play, I guess. Like, I haven't seen this card in like 3 months, and I still know what it does. Let's play you. You on that one. It shouldn't matter, so we should go with black. I mean, excuse me, we should go with blue. Let's get watery spaghetti. And I don't know if I'm bouncing this. I don't think I'm going to bounce that. I'm not bouncing the Iron Crag. I'm not too sold with whatever they do on 4 instead of 3 here. Especially when they could just recast it. Yeah, alright, like I said, it literally does the same thing every turn until it's done doing that. So. I lose to a sweeper? Is there any, like... I really don't care. I don't care. I can just move on with my life. Rusco. Is that better than Surgical? I'm going to go with Rusco, because the Mana Rock is actually kind of solid. Yeah, we're going to go with Rusco. But it still dies to a sweeper, which I think at this point my opponent must have. Otherwise the game is over, so they haven't conceded yet. So I take it there's a board wipe. Or a combo? Okay, no? Interesting. Psy is weird. Let's do this. Let's swing. Let's, why does it... Oh, you target and then you pay the costs. This is why this card breaks my soul. So let's untap you and bounce that. Okay. We did it. We figured it out. Did I just hit Bolus's Citadel? I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did I just steal a Bolus's Citadel? Oh my goodness. Well, that just happened. Oh hey, it's Griselbrand. Be ashamed if I could play it. Alright, I just, I didn't lose to a sweeper and then did the most egregious offensive thing possible. That's pretty cool. Like to see that. Take a good long look at this, because it ain't gonna happen again. Oh boy. Yikes. Alright. Oh boy. Yeah, Thopterist is a, it makes like a 2/2 every turn. Which I guess is the only way Bitter Blossom would see play, for real, is if it made 2/2s instead of 1/1s. Oh, look, I'm on the draw in the mirror again. Imagine. Oh, we can get it back. Actually, I have burgeoning. I don't need to play this for free. I don't need to do that. I have burgeoning. I'm not gonna worry about it. It doesn't even give me a better breakpoint with the cards in my hand, so... Oh, look, is it a 1 into 3 on the play? I just lose? Is it just that anyways? Definitely looks like that. Let's play Watery Grave. Oh, it's not 1 into 3. It's Opulent Palace. That's a bit nuts. It's a... I'm sorry, what? Okay, it's just a fairy. Alright, my opponent's way more all-in than I am. I think that's a good sign. Maybe it isn't. Who knows? Certainly not me. I can safely play the... Right? Play that? No, we play this. Does my opponent have Pact of Negation? Is that what that is? No, it's Subtlety. Okay, so there's a Subtlety. It's not Pact. At least that's where my... That's my TED Talk, at least. Yep, it's a Subtlety. Okay, so... Let's play... Commander anyways? I have to. Yes, I have to. Alright, so let's play that, do this. Oh, okay, it's that, which doesn't actually answer my question. It could still genuinely be Subtlety. Yeah, they still have something, so I could have just completely lost the game from that wall of counterspells. Okay, looking for a land. Of course they find it. It's the best land in their entire deck. Suppose that tracks. Still just stone cold dead to their commander, so I'm not going to waste my time. Well, play versus draw, 2 counterspells. Alright. At least them being on the play didn't completely win the game, because they had a tap land on turn 2. I haven't felt like the mirror has been cohesive yet, because every time somebody has just totally, like, fumbled heavy, and I didn't get to see anything that would matter with the commander. Like, my opponent played pack fillers that aren't very good, and I still lost. If that's any indication of what I'm talking about. It's like lost to draft filler nonsense. Because they just had 2 counterspells. Okay. I mean, I have Uro and a solid chance at actually putting it into play. But we'll see. I'm going to get a blue-black. I really do want to try them because of this Entomb. I mean, thing. So let's get... Yeah. I really want to have the option of surveilling away something. Let's play... You. Leave up Entomb for... Uro. As, like, one of my maybe actually does something cards. Have to leave up the counter. Actually, no, I don't, because if they play it, I have this. So they have to deal with my commander. And I hit a Boros Signet. I could play the creature. What does the Signet actually do for me? Not that much, but it does sort of help me recast my commander. So if they go to kill it now and next turn, that would imply they're just not casting their commander. And that's excellent. Like, that's obviously a very worthwhile trade. Sure. What's this do? Oh, okay, yep. I mean, I didn't steal anything that mattered, but I do have a 5/6, and my opponent can't seem to kill it a second time. So this does a pretty good job at stopping an aggro deck from beating you to death once it's in play. And I also now have a counter spell. If I cast Dark Ritual, I cannot cast Uro. Okay, does this do anything if I cast it, though? It doesn't. It does not do anything. Alright, look at that. Boreal Signet. Huge. Actually couldn't have played Boreal Signet if Llanowar Elves was Swords... If they had... I don't know. Swords of Plowshares and the Llanowar Elves in that game would have actually been very bad for me. Okay, I can afford to lose that Molt Tender. Let's do this on green? No. Yes. Lava Spur Boots? Wow, that's crazy. Alright, well, there you go. 1 into 3 on the play. What do you got? They do have the Elf Matters card, unfortunately, but I have my commander, so maybe I can offset it. I didn't hit an elf in the deck that is all elves. Such is life. This is probably the only card in their deck that would let them keep up with me here. It is extremely good here, and I have nothing I can do about it. Put on the battlefield tapped. This is a cool card. We can play this. I like this. It's like another version of Explorer. I like this card. That's a neat one. So, you... I drew a good, or stole a good card, sort of. Can I roll again first? Your graveyard to your hand. Okay. Let's play this as a land. Alright, like I said, Priest of Titania is the only reason my opponent's in this game to any capacity. But that doesn't mean they're doing anything crazy with it. Unless they draw like 15 cards, I guess. I don't know. Blue, green. Green, green, green. Blue. Black. Alright, so I think I'm just good here. Let's put that counter here. So it doesn't really matter. Or you cast an elf spell, sure. Yep, again, that commander doesn't matter, so... That also doesn't matter. I mean, yeah, literally the only reason my opponent is in this game for a microsecond is because of the Priest of Titania. One, two, so blue... Blue, no, blue, blue, green, 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 black, black. Okay, so I think I win. I think I win. They are genuinely killing my commander. Well, I mean, you might as well. You can't do anything else. And I keep it in the graveyard for Molt Tender. Decline. And then we just cast an ultimatum and win? Or come close to winning? No, I didn't want to mill! I hate this game. I didn't want to mill. I didn't want to mill. Okay. Whatever. I didn't want to mill. Click too fast. I can't believe I just did that. Alright, well. I guess that's how High Perfect Morcant can win, is when your opponent completely messes up, and also you have Priest of Titania. Otherwise, that is 100% win. At no point has High Perfect Morcant stood the slightest of chance against me, unless I exactly do that. So, maybe I just felt bad for him, I don't know. I needed to make a mistake, and my opponent also needed Priest of Titania. Beautiful as ever. Just swing. Yeah, it's the second time I've done that. It's probably the third time, honestly. So, this? Draw a card? Can I please draw a land? Of course not. Of course not. Imagine drawing lands. Imagine drawing lands. Oh, you got it. 2 cards I couldn't cast. Another card that doesn't matter. Land. Nope, of course not. Steal something that actually matters, please. Not really, but I guess I'll do that. They can cast it again, but my hand is not castable anyways, nor does it have any text on it, so I don't really care about most of the cards in my hand. I guess I'll do this anyways, just in case. No? Alright. It's like if I left Worldly Tutor, maybe I could do something. So I can kill their commander again? No, I need to play this as a land anyways. Alright, so 5. Yeah, I gotta play this as a land. I don't think the temporal is castable. 1, 2. Okay, I guess they could just take both. I don't know why they thought about it. They could just take both anyways. Oh look, a card that would have mattered. Cool. Sure glad I just drew it. Oh, game-winning equipment? Crazy. What if I just blocked their commander? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, what if I just blocked it? I didn't think of that. Probably should have done it last turn. Dang it. Do I tap the One Ring immediately? I think so. No Paradox Engine to draw into, but it would almost just win if I did draw into it. Of course, they have a swamp. They just drew that swamp too, I'm pretty sure. Let's untap that. This thing. Something good, please? Rankle has text on him? Both of those are awful. Do I even play it? Can I even play it? What am I doing with Rankle, though? What if I just swung with it anyways? Oh, I didn't even read Tiny Bones. Okay, so I had just nothing. I was always dead. Fun. Yeah, he just lost to... got soloed by Winter Moon, basically. Like 100% soloed by Winter Moon. So on the bright side, I don't think Winter Moon is very good. So, let people play it. Most of the time, it doesn't really do that. Most of the time. I mean, I have a... This is... I mean, I don't know. I can just chill with Mutable Explorer. Let's play this. That is a geothermal bog. Alright, Bitter Blossom, you're up. You're up, buddy. I can get another forest. Cast the card that's in the format for some reason. I wonder if this is combo. They didn't play a ramp spell. I haven't seen a combo deck, mind you, but they're also playing very random lands. I guess I'll just respect it as a combo. So I just swing and not do anything this turn, and just win if it is a combo. Okay, that makes me think it is not, because I didn't go for it on turn 5, which is something you could always reasonably do here. I didn't do that. I don't want this one. They kept the card on top as well, by the way. Kept the card on top. My life total, completely irrelevant, in my opinion. Let's do Elf. Tap you. Okie dokie. What do we steal? Lands? I stole 2 lands. This has to be combo. I just stole 2 lands. Just feels like it's a combo deck. But they just didn't play their commander for some reason. Earlier. Alright. Kind of surprising. Also, didn't seem to be Valakut-centric, although this card makes me think it is Valakut-centric. You think, is it a viewer? Do we play against a viewer? This is a temple. It is not a, it's not a mountain, a Surveil red source. So the mana base is not the same as mine. Is it possible to let this resolve and then counter whatever the card combo is? Because I would have liked to have actually seen it. Oh, wait. Can we look at the VOD? Oh, it's too late. I didn't look. I want to see all the revealed cards, because then I could see the lands. This is at least Maze's End, right? And like, it's just Cultivator Colossus. There's no other thing it could conceivably be. And you can counter any of the 3 spells. Commander, this thing, or the Cultivator, so... But I guess I could have just looked. Yeah, I should have just let it resolve, honestly, just so I could see. I would have liked to have seen that. Well, good thing I kept the counter spell, I guess. I would say it is unfortunate the rest of what I did that game was irrelevant. Like, I would win with a 1-1 over the course of 25 turns. They can't do anything about it. Oh no, they could cast the first sliver and have a 7/7, but no deck. So, technically I would need more than a 1-1, technically. Oh, sweet! It's Bray. I have not played against this yet. Unfortunately, I have Exploration. Hopefully it doesn't ruin the game. I'm a huge fan of this commander. Oh, I could have played Deaththreat Shaman, huh? Whoops. Essence Channeler. Well, that's one of the 3. I guess I just won't play a creature then, right? Does that make sense? Why do I care about my opponent's command? No, alright, you know what? Deal with this. What do you got? Play creatures and try to beat this. Because I don't think I'm going to play creatures. I could play my commander. Opponent has something, though. Alright, what do you got? I can cast it twice. I'm going to say with confidence it probably doesn't do anything in the long run. Might as well just cast it here. Maybe I get something very good. No. I'm not going to play that as a land. It could be my land next turn anyways, and I could just eat my commander. Potentially. Okay, let's start making treasure tokens. And 4/5. I could play this, actually, but it doesn't do anything other than trigger my commander. Why not? I'm just going to play it. Have your extra counter. You're still stuck under defense, and I don't think I'm losing to that. Okay, I could just reset it. Alright, yep. I think they're stuck under the defense here, and I did now find an answer to their thing that scales, so I can just, like, if they recast it, it resets and to a point that it's really not a great spot for my opponent. Alright. Each meet it. Could just say nothing mattered because I played Exploration, but I was the one who played it, so I'm going to spin the narrative and say that card is totally balanced and leads to interactive games. Look at the exile for what? Oh look, Dark Ritual. No way. Opponent chooses to not play their commander. Okay. I'm... Yep. I think I want to land here. I guess I can get rid of Entomb. They have the rat, so Entomb won't work. I mean, Entomb would still actually work, to be fair. Let's do this on black or blue. I guess black? No, second blue source is fine. Let's play this. I'm going to play... I'm going to play Delighted Halfling. And just assume that these other two cards aren't as big of a deal. Also, my opponent is leaving up priority somehow. It can't be Grief. I don't know what that is. Oh, the first Slayer game. No, you can't look at Exile now. It's Cascade. They left the Entomb in there. That's funny. They also are leaving me with Delighted Halfling because they didn't kill it. Not what I wanted to draw. Snuff out? Oh, yeah, alright, that's fair. Well, they didn't play it, though. They didn't play it. Like, how do you not play it? Suppose it is Snuff out. No, I'm just behind from this Dark Ritual. Burgeoning did not keep up with this Dark Ritual. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do now. I don't know. I don't even know what I could conceivably draw that matters. Yep. Alright. Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual beat Burgeoning, and that was it. Another game where 1 mana cards played turn 1 decided everything else, and all the other things were just formalities that were irrelevant. And Burgeoning fizzled out, so theirs was better than mine. Oops, I did not mean to click keep that fast. Whoops. Okay, well, I mean, it's a hand. It's got cards in it. I did not mean to click that. I don't know why I did. What does this do? What? Okay. A mulligan to... what is that, 5? What are we blitzing for mulligan-wise? Oh. No idea. I'm gonna chomp that. I'm absolutely going to chomp that. Get out of here. Go away. I'm gonna make an elf. Could have had second blue source. I'd rather just make an elf. I mean, it's a mulligan. I think it's fine to just blow up that. Helm of the Spaghetti. Sure. Let's play our commander. Assume my opponent doesn't have sweepers in there, whatever this is. Black Blade? I'll take that one. Oh look, a sweeper in their mono-white equipment Voltron deck. Fascinating. Oh look, the One Ring. Great. Love to see it. Well, guess I'm playing that as a land now. Permanents you control, opponents control. I can't blow up the One Ring even if it loses indestructible. Yes, Voltron with One Ring and board wipes. Fortunately, I think I'm still ahead. Oh look, another sweeper. Crazy. Crazy. Alright, well, now it's down to can the One Ring capitalize into a win? Five? So... Sword of Fire? Okay. They probably make the Iron Crag a stat stick. Or I'm just dead. Is my opponent butthurt about something, or what are they doing? This has hexproof forever, so alright. Very strange deck. But, yep, there you go. Sweepers into whatever that is. I have never seen that before. I mean, it is what it is, right? Sweeper, 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 one ring, ignore everything, and then cast a hasting unstoppable 4/4, I guess. I don't know. Well, I mean, children play Magic too. Could just be a kid. I don't really get upset when people emote spam me. It doesn't do anything to your opponent. It just makes you look like a child, not the person receiving it. You expose yourself for childish behavior. I mean, it's not a big deal to me. So I'm gonna play Arcane Signet, Dark Ritual, and blitz out the black market. Or one would hope they're 12. At least, I'll say that. We hope they're 12 years old. Otherwise, uh-oh. No, there's no reason to eat that. So, cast my commander. I think? Yeah. Steal something good, please? Ugh, God. Entered this turn? Okay. I'm just not convinced I should witness protection. Oh, beautiful. Alright, this is good. This is good. Let's get that. I'm actually surprised they did that. I feel like that could genuinely kill me. No, I could just start making treasure tokens and stop having the fairy trigger with it. Yeah, I mean, it's fair. You gotta do what you gotta do. Playing this butt naked is a little weird, but I'm gonna do it. And we're just going to assume we actually trigger it and steal something. Of course we don't. Nope. Why would we steal stuff? Why would we steal cards that matter? Why would we be able to do that? Fortunately, my hand is still good, though. Fae Barrel Elder, I will counter anything you cast. That is not an elf nor fairy. I think I'm still winning? Especially with witness protection? I'm not even going to counter their commander. Yeah, I'm not even going to counter it. I just don't care. Do we think they're going to block with it? Probably not. But you never know. They do! They blocked with their commander. Wow, alright. Good thing I didn't witness protection, huh? I don't know where this gets my opponent, but I suppose the 3-2 is a problem. Sure. That's when we're elves. Yep, now you have a flying whatever Guidasouls does. Oh, they didn't do it? Okay. I draw nothing. Cool. They're at 4, so the only reasonable thing to do here is that and pass. So now you can't use your commander. But they have no cards in their hand really anyways, or a Boroid. That makes 4 something I don't care about. Alright. Should be dead. Oh, hey, it's Grifflebrand. Look at that. Not gonna lie, I kind of forgot Deathrite Shaman could do that until it was lethal. I kind of forgot. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have not done that ever. Or if I have, I don't remember. Bit of a weird, very strange game, actually. We drew, like, not that much for a while. This would not have done anything, so I guess it was right to cast it in the long run. But it is funny that it didn't do anything. And I guess blowing up black market connections was right. It just at the time felt like it was going to cause me too much life loss if I tried to make the 3-2s to trigger this over and over. But to be fair, it's hard to let someone just have that. This is a huge problem, I think. Yeah, I think I'd have to besage you there, too. It just never feels bad when your answer is a Path of Exile and they get a land. I can just hardcast this, right? 6, 7... Yeah, I can just hardcast this. Jeez. Although at this point, if they did have another turn, Ouroboros is a huge problem. but maybe not, because they'd need 2 turns. The next layer of counters doesn't beat Gristlebrand, so it's we're probably just chilling. I just didn't want to give him a 2/2 flyer, so I didn't counter those. Okay. But I think they had to besage you. They just had to besage you. It just feels bad. It also feels bad they have to chump block with their commander, but I guess it makes sense, because if they don't, there's too much life losing. Yeah, it's too much. It's just too much. That's just too much. I'm trying to find outs for my opponent in my head, and they're just not there. They just had to do what they had to do. Oh, that was you? Oh, no. Well, at least I liked your commander. Didn't get to do anything, though. Tragic. I can't say I've ever seen it before. Probably won't ever see it again. Or if I do, it'll be a minute. Okay, that's very annoying with specifically their commander. But other than that, not the worst thing to see, I guess. I did have Wash Away, which now doesn't do anything, so kind of annoying. This has to get an untapped green, because I said so. Fun when it works. That's like 85% of the commanders in this game. Fun when it works. But, most of the time that doesn't end up happening. They do not go for their commander. I would have definitely gone for the commander here. Although this is also perfectly reasonable, I think. I don't think playing the commander and drawing a card is that much more crucial. So defense does not trigger. I think I'm going to make my opponent feel like they have stuff. That's what we're going to do. They have room to do stuff. That's the idea. What the heck is Cat Collector? Gain life for the first time. Okay, yeah. That is what it is. Okay, let's play you. Hey, I stole a card. Hey, it's Thraben Charm. What does that do? Enchantment. Graveyard. Kill something. Alright, well, we obviously want to kill this so my cards work again. And let's do this. And no attack. You have to kill defense as a mono-white deck. Have to do that. Or sweep the board. I mean, the engines are online here. Okay. Okay, they don't have an answer to defense, but I don't have a lethal thing, and they are at 33. Why are we swinging with 3 creatures? I guess because the tokens don't matter, you might as well poke me to death. Yep. Fair enough. I would also suppose I would do that too. Yeah, makes sense. So Gristlebrand and Chompies to blow up the token generator? Yeah, I'm down with it. Chomp. Okay, they're just immediately over it. My opponent had the largest creature in play. I can't swing with Gristlebrand. I'm still dying. But I am drawing 7. Potentially more. And I do have Cyclonic Rift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this is not a spot where I would concede. I would still wait because you have so much life and I literally can't deal with this right now. And you don't know about this. So I think I'm just waiting this game out longer. I don't think Oketra's Monument is a reason to concede having it get blown up. But who knows? I stole Enduring Innocence. I don't know if that's what I would want to cast, but given the situation, maybe. Because I'm not going to disciple my Gristlebrand. I'm probably playing this as a land, actually. Yeah, I think I'm just playing this in passing. Oh, alright. I don't think that was over. It wasn't looking good. It was effectively over from my rift, but they didn't know about it. So, all right. We won 15 games? We did it? Wow. Okay, this commander's... Well, to be fair... Oh, no, I mean, and that's it. Yep. I'm good. I'm not going to keep going. When did that happen? Did that just happen? I'm good. I usually stop when I get to 15. Normally because it takes... Oh, well, actually, you know what? This is almost exactly the time I would stop anyways. But that is funny. Wow, so one of the new commanders actually got 15 wins for a day. I totally lost track of that. I don't know when it happened. Maybe we got more than 15. So this, let's see, this, maybe not, well, these are connected to that. This connected to that. This was a land I never ended up using it, but I could have used it to eat Gristlebrand a couple times. Or my commander to draw some cards and stuff, but I didn't end up ever doing that, so I don't know. It's just a thing. It is an elf. You might as well play it instead of a forest, but it is a little weird to play this, because you don't normally want to eat anything. And well, at least eat anything large. But I guess you could eat Gristlebrand if you're too low to activate it. I don't know what kind of game that is. Like, how is Gristlebrand in play and the game is still going and you sacked it? Like, that seems crazy. But I suppose you could play it as a 6-mana 3/3 and eat a 2/2. You know, you don't have to actually eat something giant. But it's, I would say, better than a forest. At least it's an elf. I didn't feel like I was lacking in the creature type department, so there was definitely ample room to play cards that actually help you win games and stay alive in games, unlike High Perfect Morcant, which can't play counter spells. And it kind of demands your opponent is a kind of deck that doesn't want to get blight spammed, and you can easily beat blight spam. The only way I've ever seen it win, High Perfect Morcant, and it happened today, was someone had Priest of Titania, and I'm an elf deck, so I played a bunch of elves and stuff, and then they played their commander, vomited a bunch of stuff, and I also accidentally misclicked Molt Tender, and couldn't cast Emergent. That was the only way High Perfect Morcant had a chance. And it happened, you know? That's why you played it out. They got literal omniscience that I couldn't kill, and then I died to that, so... Unfortunate in that game, but I like this. I still like the red-white life gain commander more than this. I don't know... I really do not like stealing random cards. It doesn't win you games, and, come to find out, you actually don't keep the cards this sees. You only keep them for the turn cycle. So, whatever you've exiled this turn that is not cast is gone forever. You don't have the opportunity to get those back. I really don't understand why that's the case. I think this is perfectly fine if you keep those options under the card, and then if it dies, all of the ones that were under it are gone, and you can reset with a new one, and it doesn't see the old pile or something like that. I think Gonti lets you keep it forever, even if it dies, which, I mean, I don't really mind that either if it was like that, because it would ask the player to do it, that's exiling, I mean, ask the player of this commander to keep a board presence so that you can actually cast the cards, because if you get hit by a sweeper, you now cannot do that. So, I just don't like this effect at all. I think this effect is really bad. It's extremely random. The only way I feel like stealing things has been viable is with cards that aren't real, which are the heist ones, like Grenzo. Black Cat, for you paper enjoyers, or Wrench, is really the only... I actually have one on paper. It's the only exception I've made to a Spider-Man card. Is I got a Black Cat because I really like that effect. Like, 5 mana, look at the top 9 and take 2 is significant enough that it is almost like basically heisting, right? I really like that. Gonti is only 4, and this is just totally random, and you don't keep the cards, and you also need to keep your board state to even play those cards. So it's almost like a snowball effect. You have displayed the ability to play this, which is a 5-minute card, and you've, let's say, displayed the ability to cast 4 or more mana cards, 4 or higher mana value cards from your opponent's deck. That means you have a board state. You have a board state already. Whatever free spell you're getting is a snowball. Like, you're just winning more. If it even is a useful card. Most of the time you steal a random card, it's useless. It doesn't, well, not useless, but I mean, it doesn't help you in whatever you're doing. It's like, oh, artifact creatures get +1/+1. Well, that doesn't do anything. It's just a 2/2 when I cast it. My opponent doesn't have access to it, but they didn't have access to it anyways. It wasn't in their hand. I'm not exiling cards from hand. I'm exiling cards from the top of the deck. It would be kind of nice if it exiled 1 card from the hand and 1 from the top of the deck. So that way you're actually impacting the game with your text box, other than maybe I got some value spell that might do something. Hitting a removal spell is cool, right? I hit a force of vigor and blew up 2 things, but in that exact game, it didn't matter. The 2 things I blew up were irrelevant. But I would say on average that probably is, somewhat of a decent thing, hitting a naturalize. This gets a lot more interesting maybe with multiple opponents, so an EDH, just like the other cards of this set, other commanders, feel like they're more significant in a multiplayer format, which I am all for. I think that's fine. It doesn't have to be good 1v1. Most commanders aren't 1v1, or let's say designed in a 1v1 mindset, or particularly strong in a 1v1 situation. And that applies here. The only thing really that makes up for that is your Sultai deck. So you can still play the cards that don't have anything to do with your commander, like this. And you have the added benefit of, it's always nice to have cards like this in a deck like this, because you have another thing you're doing or playing towards, whereas if you just have this, and your opponent is dealing with it, you don't have like a backup plan, and if this is not getting there, then you're totally screwed. So having backup plans are good, especially in decks where plan A is like slow and trying to do this thing that sometimes doesn't matter and is maybe just enough to keep your opponent busy. So then when they're like the dust settles and everything's blown up, you're just like, all right, Gristlebrand, I'll just cast it now. Like, you just have this other thing you could do. So that being said, I think the One Ring and all these mana tapping elves, you probably should just be playing Paradox Engine. I think I said this at the end of High Perfect Morcant, the video, where if I'm going to play a deck with a commander that doesn't have much of a text box, I'm just going to slam in the cards that actually can be a significant threat to my opponent. So I think the Paradox Engine should just be in here. It just should be in here. I don't know what I would take out, but whatever I upload, probably just assume it'll be in here. Oh, I had another idea. What was I going to say? I can't remember. Dang it. Oh, tutors? I think I was going to talk about tutors. Tutors are fine, especially when you have stuff like Emergent Ultimatum. I do like, what was it? Mystical Tutor in here. I did not actually like Worldly Tutor. So this could be another card, I feel. I just didn't like it. This is always something to think about. Just because it's a 1-mana tutor, put a thing on top of your deck, doesn't mean you just play it. I know it could get... Let's say my commander's already in play, and I could, like, find Faceless Agent to trigger it twice, like get 2 cards out of my deck or something. That sort of offsets the fact that I go down a card, because it doesn't go to my hand, it goes on the top of my library. So it sort of offsets it. It's pretty slow and, random. It's random. But I guess you have the you could go for Uro sometimes if you just want to cycle it and put it to the graveyard, just like you would with, say, Entomb. Or you could Gristlebrand on top if you have that much mana in a given game. But I don't have, like, those toolboxy Silver Bullets other really than Chomping Changeling. And what's the other one? Reclamation Sage, which actually didn't end up going in here. I'm surprised actually at how often this didn't feel like it always had something to do. Normally, I think disenchant effects are pretty good. They're totally reasonable in multiplayer, where you have 3 opponents. Someone's going to have something. But 1v1, sometimes they didn't. But almost every single deck is going to, at some point, do something that you would probably like to naturalize. And it's tacked onto the creature type that matters. Otherwise, you could just play, like, you know, was it Binding of the Old Gods or something? Vindicate? Or, not Vindicate, the green one. Maelstrom Pulse? Like, you just play Maelstrom Pulse instead. That would be a way to deal with Scute Swarm, that's for sure. But, I mean, this triggers my commander, which is the entire point. It's just like High Perfect Morcant. So, yeah. I had enough of the creature types that I felt like I was triggering it enough that felt okay. And I wasn't so in on it that if it fizzles on the stealing, all I've done is just play another elf deck that sometimes plays a spell that your opponent has in their deck. Sometimes. I mean, you could steal a sweeper and obviously not want to cast that either. So, yeah, there's also Spark Double. You could run Spark Double. It still feels like a snowball-y thing. It makes Worldly Tutor better, but it does feel like just because you doubled the text box of this doesn't mean it's suddenly a good thing to be doing. It's not like Spark Doubling Grenzo. It's just stealing 4 cards now. And you can cast 2 of them, which now we're just in a more snowball-y situation, but Spark Double doesn't do that much unless your commander maybe is already in play, unless you want to Spark Double a Manadork or Gristlebrand for some weird reason. So I don't know. It doesn't really pull you out of the this text box doesn't matter most of the time situation, and it costs 4 and doesn't do much unless your commander's already in play, so I don't know. It's the same... Oh, that's what I was going to say about Emergent Ultimatum, which I think I've said a few times in the past, probably, most assuredly. Don't play cards with this that are only good when you cast it, like the Scholar Sphinx, or that other thing that I can't think the name of. Only play cards that are good when you cast them alone, like Gristlebrand, Expropriate, Temporal Manipulation, all that stuff. There's no reason to have this dead draw in your hand like Scholar, and then be like, well, that doesn't do anything. You know, it's just sitting there as this weird card. I don't think I ever lost having cast Emergent Ultimatum with this pile, right? So, there you go. I mean, the last time this came up, I think, was Jorn for the Winter Achievement Quest thing. And I might have said it there, so saying it again. I'm not a fan of Vendilion Click, but it can target yourself, so that is pretty nice. You can get rid of something not great and put something maybe slightly better. But doing it to your opponent, not that exciting. It's the same reason I don't like discard spells in this format, and you never see me play with them. It's because, yeah, and this actually doesn't even really discard it. They just get to replace it. There's a black version of this that I think is an alchemy card. I don't know what the creature type is. I don't know. But I'm sure I was bound to have missed maybe 1 or 2 really good elves and 1 or 2 really good fairies. But just because they're good with your commander doesn't convince me that I want to play them anyways. Some of these were already on the line of things I just don't like too much. But yeah, Omniscience, Expropriate, Vorinclex, that's another one. Omniscience could go in here. I didn't really struggle with mana, though. I think if I was struggling with mana, then my Sultai deck is built wrong for Historic Brawl. So I'm not too big of a fan of Omniscience, but it could just win if you have, like, Gristlebrand to go with it. I could have just played Emrakul. I got to 15 mana a couple times, I suppose. I didn't get to see the chaos of the mirror, because every time I was in the mirror, someone had something completely degenerate really fast, like a 1-minute card decided everything, like Dark Ritual or whatever, or someone fumbled out and fizzled and just didn't get there, even not being interacted with. They just fizzled out. So in both cases, I was on the receiving end of losing, so I didn't get to see. But I'd say on average, it's pretty chaotic to have the mirror, where like you're stealing elves and fairies and your Cassium is stealing more cards, and suddenly it's one of those games that could actually go to decking. That would be kind of wild, but it is possible. I think it would end way before that, though, because your opponent's bound to exile a game-winning spell, or you. Someone's going to explode and win. But, yep, so that's that. Paradox Engine needs to come in, and other than that, let me know what you thought about it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time with something that I don't know.